they can send over Stranger Things, tag Raw with Stranger Things. Maybe that'll help their viewership. Maybe that'll help them get back on the global top 10 list. It's possible. That's what they're hoping for. Netflix is doing everything they can. They made a huge investment, and the doofus son-in-law has nothing for them. They took the money, and they're like, once in a while we can give you Roman Reigns. Other than that, you're stuck with Maxi Pad Dupree. Once in a while, we'll send out the New Day, Rusev, Dirty Dom Mysterio, Grande Americano, the Frappuccino, the Cappuccino. Listen, that's what we can give you for $5 billion. And they wonder why they lost over 50% of their viewership in just 1 year. Well, if that happens again in 2026... and there are zero signs that it's not going to happen, by the way. But if that happens again, then WWE's global viewership is down to just 1 million. Domestically, you would have to think 600,000 tops. 5 to 600,000 K domestically. So either way, Netflix would now have a legal case to get out of this deal way before the 5 years, right? Because you have to now think this is internal sabotage for whatever reason. But no company can lose that much viewership or lose that much of its consumer base, and the guy at the top wouldn't get fired unless it's sabotage. Because at any company, that person at the head, to lose that many consumers, to lose that many of their patrons or their viewers, their customers, you get fired, right? In this company, you get praised. So Netflix is going to try everything in 2026. They're really going to try to do whatever they can to light a fire underneath WWE's ass. And they're starting with a Stranger Things crossover, even though Stranger Things is over with. They're trying desperately to help the doofus, because the doofus is clueless. Now, on the flip side, WWE, the doofus son-in-law, Paul Levesque McMahon, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, is going to be utilizing all of his smoke and mirrors and bells and whistles on tonight's Raw. We are hearing that Chris Jericho could indeed be showing up tonight, not the Royal Rumble. If for whatever reason he does not, he is a lock for the Rumble. But we believe there's a huge chance anyway he's showing up tonight. Adam Pearce recently did a rundown of tonight's matches, and he literally used the phrase, who's going to break the walls down tonight? A massive tease that Jericho has already signed. But there's a big chance that he is one of the bells and whistles tonight. One of the cheap pops is what we call them on this channel. Because that's what the doofus does. He has no creativity within him. So what he does is he hide behind three things and repeat. Brawls, cheap pops, and title changes. You will get those three things on just about every single Paul Levesque McMahon show. A bunch of brawls, because when you don't have creativity, you hide that with chaos. Brawl, 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 it's chaos. What a show. Cheap pops. Bring in some debuts, maybe some returns. No creativity behind them. They all do nothing. But we're just going to talk about how they came back, or how they debuted, or this celebrity showed up. A cheap pop every show. You just saw a bunch on Friday night. They all did nothing, by the way, right? Trick Williams did nothing. Talked to Sami Zayn a little bit. Jordan Grace was backstage talking to Chelsea and Jade. Randy Orton comes back to RKO Miz for the 11,000th time in 20 years. And Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona comes back to pin Kit Wilson. But you got all the cheap pops, right? You got them all there. Got to say you saw them. And then title changes. Every show will have a title change in the middle of the show. Mello just got a U.S. championship out of nowhere over Dragunov a couple weeks ago. Last Monday, the Usos beat AJ Styles and Dragon Ball Z Lee. What do all those have in common, by the way? Those were all faces beating other faces. No heels involved. Titles are just changing hands. This past Friday, a heel beat a heel. No faces involved. Julia took her title back from Chelsea. Chelsea got it from Julia, a heel over a heel, a month and a half ago. And then a month and a half later, they just gave it right back. You can't make it up. And you state all these facts, and there's still enough people in the community. Earmuffs, we don't want to hear BC. Everything is awesome. If everything was so awesome, I promise you, Netflix would not be bringing in Stranger Things to help clean up Doofus's mess. Brawls, cheap pops, and title changes. You got it on last Monday's Raw, you got it this past Friday on SmackDown, and you're going to get it tonight. What we're hearing is there's brawls planned tonight. There are cheap pops galore. We're hearing Chris Jericho is a major possibility. If not, he is a lock for the Rumble. But Jericho tonight, Roman Reigns is being discussed to show up tonight. AJ Lee tonight. We're even hearing Chad Gable could show up tonight. And we're hearing a couple of NXT call-ups. So when we say bells and whistles, guys, the Doofus, what he did on Friday night, enough simpletons said that was a good show. So the Doofus is like, all right, let's do it again. Let's just like fastballs, like Major League Baseball pitches. Let's just chuck wrestlers at them left and right. We'll send out a bunch of names, returns, debuts. None of it will have any substance. There'll be no creativity behind any of it, but at least they'll show up. Guys, if you think for the Raw review, when this show's over with, whether that review goes up late tonight, early tomorrow, for my channel members first, but whenever you guys catch that review, if you think I'm going to praise this show because of a bunch of returns or some debuts, absolutely not. If none of it has any creativity behind it, if the wrestlers aren't doing anything, if there's no direction, I can't praise any of it. They can't even book the wrestlers they have now on the roster properly. And your answer is more, so that you can be excited for 5 seconds and pop? You give them the pop, and then what? Now you're left with a roster with even more wrestlers on it. Good luck booking them correctly. Good luck! No! If you think I'm going to praise this show because of a bunch of names that appeared, a bunch of cheap pops, and some title changes, because you know titles are going to be changing tonight. There's 3 title matches. CM Punk will take on Braun Breaker. The Kabukis will take on Rhea and Io. You gotta believe the Kabukis are just dropping their titles in the middle of a random Monday Night Raw. And then Maxi Pad Dupree will face Becky Lynch. That's the one title that should absolutely be changing hands. There's no way Becky can lose a 4th time, right? Oh, but basically AJ Lee could help Maxi Pad again. Or Natty Neidhart. Oh, well, that makes it... Okay. Then in that case, have Becky lose a 4th, 5th, 10th time to Maxi Pad. 3 title matches. You gotta believe there's gonna be... Most likely. Because it's a theme every single show with Helmsley. Because there's no creativity in any of this. Brawls... cheap pops, title changes. I assure you, you're going to get that in tonight's Monday Night Raw. I assure you, you're going to get that in tonight's Monday Night Raw. I assure you, you're going to get that in tonight's Monday Night Raw. You saw it on Friday night, man. What a SmackDown trick. Jordan, Randy, and Cardona. What did they do? We just went over it. What did they do? Trick Williams is out there looking like a bootleg Seth Rollins. He's got his heels on. He's got the pimp coat. His promos, instead of just debuting him into nothing, work on his promos. I like Trick Williams like most of you. His promos are gut-wrenching. A Trick Williams promo sucks. He has to work on those. So the first thing you do is you put a stick in his hand and you have him talk with Sami Zayn. That's brilliant. Said no smart person ever. Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona. He comes out to Zack Ryder in the entrance theme, literally says, woo, 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 Zack Ryder. Then it changes to Matt Cardona. He beats Kit Wilson. Most of the pro wrestling fans out there don't even know what a Kit Wilson is. He pins Kit Wilson, and there you go. Thanks for showing up. Welcome to the roster. Some weeks we'll see you, some weeks you'll be in catering, some weeks they'll say, you know what? You're going to take up room backstage, just stay home. What does an indie god provide to SmackDown? For 5 years, he's called himself an indie god. Then why would anybody want the indie god on the main show on a Friday night? If you're an indie god, go to the indies and be the god. If you're here now, who's the god of the indies? This guy begged to be back in WWE for 5 years while calling himself an indie god. Which is it? You love what you're doing? You're the god of the indies? But simultaneously, you're begging nonstop to come back to WWE. Why won't they take me? Why won't they call me? Why aren't they getting me? My wife is there. Why can't I be there? Begs and he begs. He says he'll never be Zack Ryder again. The second he gets the call, he's Zack Ryder. Damn, if you're gonna sell out, at least like string it along a little bit. Act like you held your ground a little bit. Cardona did nothing on Friday night. Trick Williams did nothing on his debut, in-ring debut. He did nothing to tell a fan, a casual fan that has never seen Trick Williams. He did nothing to say, whoa, superstar. And without Booker T, whoop that trick, yeah, man, shucky ducky quack quack. Without Booker T pumping it up, good luck, because with the doofus son-in-law's booking, Trick Williams has a ceiling, unfortunately. Just ask Booker T. Yeah, truth hurts, but BC's the only one gonna give it to you straight, because you have to remember who's in charge here. The doofus. Who else? Jordan Grace was walking around backstage, going up to everybody. Chelsea, Jade Cargill. I might show up on SmackDown and we might face each other. And Jade's like, okay, bye. Riveting. Randy Orton's been gone for months. He comes back to RKO Miz. How many times have you seen Miz RKO'd in 20 years? And in 2026, that's what you started with. Guys, this is what happened on Friday. I was the only one to call it all out. But there was enough simpletons to go, I don't know, PC's wild. This was an amazing SmackDown. It was a grand slam. Bro, you had two decent parts. The second half of the ambulance match. That's it. I know it's being made fun of because Alistair didn't get any height on the choke slam. Hey, at least he took the fall, bro. It was funny because Priest went to put his all into it, really get him up in the air, and Alistair's like, hell no, bro. You ain't the one falling back. So he just falls back. And the windshield didn't fully break. It was supposed to completely bust through. And then the fireball spot was botched. But no, I thought the second half was good. I didn't mind Alistair. Listen, if Alistair's going to lose, that's how I want to see him losing. Not a couple of weeks ago in the mixed tag match when he and Zelina got defeated single-handed. Just as easy as could possibly be against Rhea and Damian. Bro, what does that do for Zelina and Alistair? That's not good. This I didn't mind. So the second half of the ambulance match, in the Drew promo, as always, Drew McIntyre is amazing. How this company, how the doofus doesn't see that that's your top villain. Give him a rocket, give him a piece of it, and he'll do the rest. But let's not act like it was anything epic. I mean, he burned a photo of Cody and Dusty. He just burned a photo, guys. He burned a photo. I mean, how much praise do you think I'm giving this? Drew McIntyre, the second half of the ambulance match, on a 3-hour show, that was it. But because there was debuts and returns, bells and whistles, and a title change, Julia got her title back from another heel, the same heel that beat her a month and a half ago. Because there was cheap pops, title changes, and rolls, I'm supposed to praise these shows. Not happening, man. Eventually, and eventually is now, there's no more mulligans with the doofus. In 2026, from the jump, we're holding his ass accountable. No more bells and whistles hiding behind them. You have to put creativity into your product going forward. That's it. On this channel, that is going to be first and foremost. We're not just going to go, whoa, this person returned. Whoa, what a debut. Whoa, did you see the call-up from NXT? We're not doing that anymore. If done correctly, we'll praise the heck out of it, no question. But if it's just that and they did nothing, or there was no substance, nothing memorable, just the pop, and we're supposed to talk about how they came back or they debuted, not happening. It has to be of value. I said it in the SmackDown review. It doesn't have to be as epic as Kevin Nash and Scott Hall debuting in WCW, but you see how that had a mission, right? There was a purpose for it. It was memorable. You know there's meaning to it. You have to see what happens next because of this debut. When Ric Flair showed up to WWF with the WCW title and he called himself the champion, he doesn't have to prove himself to anybody. He's already got the real World Heavyweight Championship. You knew, uh-oh, I don't think the roster's gonna like that. There was purpose. I mentioned Zeus. He shows up, Hulk Hogan can't get into the cage. Who was he facing? Big Boss Man, I think? Something like that. And Zeus is standing there on the steps. Who the heck is this guy? That's a debut. If you're going to do vignettes, you do it like Razor Ramon. Not what they're doing with Oba. Oh, what they're doing with Oba, how is that memorable? Who is watching these Oba vignettes and going, whoa, Oba! If you don't already know Oba in NXT, you're skipping right past that. That's what I mean. There's no substance. I said it on Friday. Where is the sizzle? There's no sizzle. There's no creativity. There's no substance. There's no meaning. And I am done. In 2025, all I saw from the doofus on a loop was brawls, cheap pops, and title changes. I am done. I am done. I am done. In 2026, it's not happening. And on this channel, and during these reviews, we're going to hold it accountable. Whether it's Jericho tonight, Roman Reigns, AJ Lee, Chad Gable, all of them, with a couple of NXT talents sprinkled in, there better be purpose. Because if you think I'm going to be a simpleton falling in line and praising this show because, whoa, all of these names appeared. And did you see the title change? There was title changes. Okay? And what creativity went into any of this? The guy at the top of the mountain, the creator, the chief, what did he do? Because that's what I'm still asking on Friday night. You listening to this right now, what on Friday night could you have not booked? I'm being serious. If you're listening to this right now and you don't think you're a creative person, right? You have your talents, but creating things not your thing, right? You probably wouldn't be writing books or screenplays or music or wrestling shows, right? Creating is just not your thing. What on Friday night happened that you couldn't do? If somebody went up to you and they're looking at you like you are a mastermind, a genius at pro wrestling, and they're like, Mr. Genius, I got 4 names that show you. We got to have some epic stuff ready. Trick Williams is going to be there tonight. Randy Orton's coming back. Jordan Grace debut. And Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder's coming back. And then you look at what happened. What couldn't you have done? This is what we're getting, guys. This is what you're paying all this money to show up to live events, to buy merchandise, to buy all the streaming services that you need, and they're taking your money. And when you had a problem with it or you voiced your displeasure in 2025, the same guy who spends not an ounce of his time or energy to give you anything proper or good, the same guy tells you to fuck off if you don't like what you're watching. He said you're not a real fan, you can fuck off. How does that not piss you off? How does that not tick you off? If Coca-Cola once again changed their sugar, and you drink Coke all the time, Coca-Cola is that's your drink. And they changed the sugar to the point where it changed the whole soda, and you and a lot of other Coca-Cola drinkers, you just voiced that displeasure. You put in that criticism so that Coca-Cola can hear that and change it back, or at least find a common ground, something a little bit more to the older taste. So all of you guys who are loyal to Coca-Cola, you're just voicing that. Whoa, this isn't even the Coca-Cola that we once knew. And you guys all voice your displeasure. And the guy at the top of Coca-Cola sends out a statement. If you all feel that way about our new Coca-Cola, you're not real supporters of Coca-Cola, and you can fuck off. Could you imagine if the leader of Coca-Cola just said that? You couldn't imagine it. You probably laughed a little bit up. That would be wild, BC. Of course it would be wild. It's unfathomable. In WWE, it's commonplace. And Doofus' son-in-law probably doesn't care because to him, he maybe gets some booze. He gets to feel like a heel character again. He can't do this wrestling thing anymore because the gimmick in his chest. And he doesn't have the physique. He can't do this anymore. So he has no problem exposing the business with shows like Unreal, where he gets to still be the star, and he's going to show you how he's a so-called mastermind behind the scenes while exposing the whole industry. But as long as he gets to play superstar, as long as it's his voice at the beginning of the show in the vignette, the opening signature, and he's doing a narration, then, now, forever, together, yeah. And at the end of the show, it's his name. As a producer, Vince McMahon would never have something like that. Vince McMahon made this show. He would never do that. Helmsley needs you to know he's the superstar. So when his booking is so bad he gets booze, he gets to feel like that heel again. He probably loved being on that apron when everybody was booing him after he sabotaged John Cena's final match. And his whole year of retirement in the stupid tour was sabotaged by Helmsley. And so, on this channel, in 2026, we say enough, because in 2025, we watched as the doofus tried to recklessly destroy what we all grew up on. So this year we say, there are no mulligans. There's no benefit of the doubt this year. I'm done with it. Now, every single show, you bring it. It's no longer put your best foot forward. You put both feet forward, and they both better be your best. No. From here on out, you don't bring anybody into the company on TV unless there is a full throttle plan. They're going to be utilized correctly. It's going to be fun for us, and it's going to be great for the talent. Because the truth is, the talent he has now on these shows, he can't book them properly, nor does he want to. So if the answer to all of you is bring in more people so that we can get a pop out of it, we can cheer and go, wow, welcome back. And then what? That would be my question. And then what? Nobody wants to ask that. It's a microwave society. Just now, bringing more and more. Every show, more returns, more debuts will pop, and then it's on to the next. And within 3 months, we already forgot about Zachary Ryder, Jordan Grace, Trick Williams. And Randy Orton is once again gone for 6 more months, and nobody even notices. That's what happens when you don't book people properly. Nobody cares! And there's not enough people to call it out. After Friday's show, simpletons galore praising this show. Journalists, content creators, podcasters, they couldn't believe it. What a show! Wow, now this was a show, man! 2026 is off to a good start! That's how low their bar is. They've lowered their bar so much that people just showing up constitutes as a good show now. They showed up. There was no creativity. We'll worry about that down the line, though. We'll think of something, yeah, because Helmsley has earned that benefit of the doubt. Helmsley has earned that trust that he's going to book them properly later on. Later on, right? Everything is always later on. But at least they came back. And that's where the bar is today. That's it. And there's enough people to tell Helmsley that that's all you have to do to have a good show. Brawls, cheap pops, title changes, repeat. Brawls, cheap pops, title changes, repeat. Brawls, cheap pops, title changes, repeat. Again, tonight, Punk versus Braun title. Maxi Pad versus Bex title. Kabuki's versus Rhea and Io titles. Lyra versus Liv Morgan. Non-title, no title on the line. There is no title. Liv Morgan, Lyra. Those are the matches that we know of. Chris Jericho. Very big chance he returns tonight, not the Rumble. If for some reason he doesn't, it could be announced or a massive tease, and it'll definitely be for the Rumble. But Adam Pearce, literally in his rundown, said the words, "Who will break the walls down tonight on Monday Night Raw?" I mean, guys, that's not just a tease. I mean, they know that that name is being tossed around for tonight. So to tease like that and not bring in Jericho, I just don't think they would do that. That would have to be a course of booze that they don't want on the season premiere. So for WWE to even be teasing it for tonight, not the Rumble, I do believe reports are true, and Jericho is going to be tonight, not at the Rumble. But there is still that 5% chance that it could be a Rumble. But Jericho tonight is going to be one of the biggest bell and whistle, cheap pop. I just really hope that there's something huge. Like when he showed up and he started that thing with The Rock when he debuted in WWF. And The Rock was in the ring, and it was the whole Y2J thing and the countdown. But it was purpose, right? You were like, whoa, Rock, Jericho, and they were off to the races. I really hope this isn't just for the pop, man. But it's Helmsley, you never know. Or we do know, that's the sad part. Also, if Chad Gable shows up, is it going to be of substance? Or is he just dancing around with all the Grandes? Is he going to be another part of the Grande Americano and his two henchmen, the Frappuccino and the Cappuccino? Is Chad Gable just going to be the Macchiato? It will complete the Starbucks menu. Or is he going to be a face and he's opposing the Grande and the Frappuccino and the Cappuccino? Is he coming back with a mask on? Does he not have a mask on? Either way, it's going to be a pop. Fans are going to be like, yeah, welcome back. But what's he doing? Is he just having a match with or beating up the Starbucks menu? The Americano, the Frappuccino, Cappuccino? Because if that's the case, underwhelming. Roman Reigns, his 95th return in the last 2 years. It's getting really weak, guys. Every time he comes back, it gets less impactful and less impactful. Every time he shows up lately, it's just a brawl with Bronson Reed. Do we get more of that? Is he going to brawl with Bronson, but also with Austin Theory? Wow. Riveting. Said nobody ever. AJ Lee. Are we going to try to do her and Becky again? Try to set something up between them two because they already botched it. Should have been AJ Lee taking the title. It was Maxi Pat Dupree. Substance, guys. Substance. I need substance. I need creativity. I need storylines on my shows. I need larger than life characters. Without those two things, you can keep your bells and whistles. You can keep your smoke and mirrors. I don't care about debuts. I don't care about returns if you don't have sizzle, if you don't have substance. This is the harshest review channel in the community, but damn it, we are the fairest. We are the most honest. And you're damn right. That's going to mean harsh. That's going to be negative. No question. And I'll wear it like a badge of honor. As will every single amplified unit member. Because in 2025, the doofus told all of you to fuck off. In 2026, we tell the doofus to fuck off. You either give us the best wrestling shows imaginable, or you fuck off. And we'll make sure of it. Raw tonight, Netflix is doing everything imaginable to help WWE. They're sending in their #1 hit show, Stranger Things, to try to get WWE back on the global top 10 list. It should work, at least in the 8, 9, 10 spot, maybe. Especially with Stranger Things already being over with. And they've already held the top 5. Maybe a couple of those seasons will be off the list. The burning log for Christmas, that's going to be off. So, I mean, it's making it very easy for WWE. We'll see if they can finally get back on. Netflix is trying everything. Stranger Things crossover. I keep saying that because I want you guys to remember that when Raw goes live. When you guys tune into Raw and you see all the Stranger Things promotion and maybe, I don't know, does 11 show up? Maybe 11 like implodes the New Day. They turn into pixie dust. I don't know what that means, but they're hoping that enough people that watch Stranger Things will check it out tonight. Oh, I heard Stranger Things is going to be doing some event tonight. And for WWE, I'm pretty sure Helmsley has nothing creatively planned, just bells and whistles. And plenty of cheap pops and title changes. Until next time, and there will be that next time, man. The Raw Review. You want sizzle? BC's going to provide it. The Raw Review. That's going to be a must-hear, let me tell you. Until next time, that'll be that next time. BC saying check you unit. Salute.
Have to kill 100,000 people to do it and knock down 7 regimes to stop the flow of drugs.
All right, friends, it's T-Man. We're back with the Blaha video live. Listen to what he has to say in this video, bro. It's crazy.
Ending the flow of drugs into the U.S. is
Yeah.
worth everything. It doesn't matter. It is worth any cost at this point.
Yeah.
If we have to kill 100,000 people to do it and knock down 7 regimes to stop the flow of drugs into our country that is destroying our people, it's worth it.
So why don't you go there and stop China from sending the flow of drugs, fentanyl drugs, whatever, into America? You go there personally. You go there and go stop them. Go and get those 100,000 people. You go there and do that, Blaha. Yes.
That's a price that I think is acceptable.
Yeah, it's acceptable. Who's gonna do it? You? Ha, yeah. You want other people to go out there and risk their lives, eh? You're nuts, man. People don't want to die. They don't want to risk their lives.
Whether we like the morality of it, it's the lesser of evils.
Whether you like the morality of it or not, it's less of the evils. Here's the thing, man. Nobody can force you to do drugs or do anything unless it's something that you wanted to do yourself. See what I mean? So, people can put something there in front of you, a cake in front of you. Whether you want to eat it or not is your choice. You don't have to eat that cake. Look at Blaha. He's on drugs.
I saw that Tim Walz isn't seeking re-election after being caught up in the Somali fraud. Good.
He's on drugs and he promotes drugs on his channel. He tells people the industry should be taking steroids, you should be taking drugs. So what's the point of exercising? What's the point of lifting weights and everything if you're going to take drugs and steroids and everything? It's just means nothing. Everything he says just means zero. Huh. You know what I mean? It means nothing.
Because his anti-gun rhetoric needs to be...
Look, he's picking his nose. He's going to eat it. Oh my God, he ate it. He put it in his mouth after he picked his nose. Oh, right in front of us. Right on YouTube, man. God damn. Oh, he did.
People need to realize that if America stops being the world power, the world will become a far more dangerous place, like it or not.
If America stops being the world power, it'll be a more dangerous place, believe it or not. Well, I have never seen China shoot one shot, and look how financially stable they are. They have never fired a shot, and they're still very peaceful, and they advocate very peaceful transitions and certain things.
We are the big dog, and for me, I want it to remain. And again, there's a case, and I agree too.
Yeah, okay.
And we're going to protect that power. And I don't think people around the world...
Okay, I can't prove that China's sending out drugs into America. Apparently, it's on the news everywhere, but I don't know. I'm just saying for joke purposes, if it really truly is, why doesn't Blaha go there and stop them and get rid of these 100,000 himself? If he's so courageous.
Well, they cannot like that, but
Yeah.
we're going to do it. Flat out.
Listen how he talks. We're going to do it. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Listen to me, man. The privileged elite in America don't even know that Blaha exists. He's like a bug under their thumb. He looks like a thumb with no hair on it.
Going to happen.
Yeah, okay. It's going to happen. Yeah. We this, we that.
Right?
There's no we. You know what they're going to do? Shave your head and send you out there with a gun, okay, Blaha? That's how much the elite care about you.
Hey, Blaze, it can be about other things, but we're talking about going into Colombia. We're talking about the stuff with Mexico.
Yeah, that's it. We're going to go into Colombia. We're going to go into Mexico here and there. Yeah, we're going to take over Greenland, take over Canada, take over the world, man. Blah lives in a delusional state.
You can argue all you want on that on Venezuela, but it can be a multifaceted.
What exactly happened in Venezuela? The only thing they did was extract this Maduro guy and everything. The government is still there. The government is still running the country. There isn't any boots, that, as far as I know, any boots on the ground or anything. There's probably CIA sprawling around there somewhere, hiding amongst the people, running around. I'm not really sure. The funny thing is this. If the Russians truly were there, where were they at the time when the extraction took place? Then that must mean they were in cahoots. I don't know. Maybe they have a deal with Trump. Because Wagner, apparently they were there, but they weren't there. So where were they if they're supposed to be surrounding and protecting Maduro? I don't know what's going on there. They have defense mechanisms, but why didn't any of them work? Why didn't they use them? Which is really odd, man. You gotta say, maybe it was all planned and everything. It just seemed very all planned, man. Especially the Chinese delegation showing up at the same time.
It can be a multiple beneficial thing. You can argue
Yeah.
that, hey, you think it's about X, Y, or Z, but we could all say it's probably about three different things, four
Yeah,
different
what's that?
things. It's a very well-played strategic move to
Yeah?
securing U.S. dominance.
To secure U.S. dominance. But bro, they want money, the elites. You understand me? They want oil. That's resources is where all the power is. They realize that now. They woke up. It's not about politicals. It's not about democracy or I got to establish democracy in these countries or something like that. Freedom. They don't want to. They don't want to put freedom and democracy. What they want to do is put slavery. What are you talking about? If you give people free reign, then how the fuck you supposed to make money off these people? You got to enslave them, so you could steal their wealth. So you make yourself privileged and they're unprivileged, living an unprivileged life. The question is this: why do some people in the world get to live privileged and the rest they don't get to live privileged? Why is that exactly?
And ending the flow of drugs. And it gives us setting up the precedent.
Yeah, I mean the flow of the drugs. The drugs have been flowing for decades, and all of a sudden you think it's about drugs. Yeah, okay, Blaha.
To other countries know that we're serious about the drug thing.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. We're sending out a message to other countries. We're serious about the drug thing. Oh, man, this is just really ridiculous. Here's the thing. If they probably were sending out drugs, usually, what was it back in the past? It was Colombia. Okay. Switched over, I guess, so they say, to Venezuela, right? Why would they be selling drugs to America? Because America sanctioned Venezuela. They were not able to sell their oil anymore on the market. They kept sanctioning them. They weren't able to trade or put out their oil, a bunch of stuff. So they were preventing them from, I don't know, whatever, the sanctions were crushing them. You know what I mean? So they had to survive somehow. I don't know how these people are surviving. But I doubt a government has anything to do with drugs.
Russia can't take the U.S.
What is he drinking there, man? Some garbage juice? Russia can't what?
Are you planning?
What did he say?
And ending the flow of drugs. And it gives us setting up the precedent to other countries know that we're serious about the drug thing.
Setting up a president. Well, you set up a president now. All the countries think that they can take leaders out that they want to.
Russia can't take the U.S.
Russia can't take the U.S. Russia has the most powerful army in the world right now. They're trained. Their army's been trained over 5 years, and they keep turning over these soldiers. So they're trained soldiers. They're hardened, trained killers. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? Russia can't take America. They have more nukes than America. What are you talking about? They're just as dangerous as the United States. This guy is in dream state, man.
Are you planning on running again this year?
Look, here's the thing. Russia doesn't want to take the United States. They never wanted to get involved with They don't want to get involved with the United States. They've had enough wars to last them centuries. They've gone through so many wars already. Why do they need to go through another one? For what purpose? What's the purpose that they need to fight with the United States for? They're the biggest country in the world. You think they need more resources? Hell, they sold Alaska to the United States. Duh, blah, wake up.
I don't know how to answer the word planning. Have I thought about I may do it? I may do it, but do I have a specific plan? Not necessarily. We are so far removed from
Blah's got a plan, man. Watch out.
war that actually affects all Americans, and we have forgotten what it takes to live in such an incredible place. It's not the norm. We are blessed, but it can be lost in a heartbeat. Yeah, absolutely.
No, it can't. That's fear-mongering. America's not going to be lost. No country's going to be lost. Relax, man. Take it easy. Jesus Christ, man. You think like the world is going to end tomorrow or something. This guy's nuts.
It can absolutely be lost in a heartbeat.
You know, whatever happened to normal people when I was growing up? I don't know what happened to the world today, man. It's gone insane, completely insane.
Sometimes they're not understanding that they live in a placid sea of ignorance.
Yeah, sure. Classic C.
And any of them who actually have real problems in this country, it's because they choose to be drug addicts and stuff like that. If people who don't choose that stuff don't actually have the real problems in this country. Right? It's life choices that have caused people to have.
There you go. It's life choices. He admitted it.
If you have a bad life in the United States, it is, other than your childhood, it's either, there's only two possibilities. Either your parents made really horrible choices or you did. Would you enlist?
And that's Blaha.
David, can we not say stupid stuff like that?
Blaha's on a mission.
It's against the military law for me to do so. So that's, I no offense, bro, but that's a really...
Why is it against that, Blaha? You could go, I heard you were part of the CIA mission to extract.
dumb question. I think you guys forget my age when y'all ask certain things.
Yeah, what's your age exactly? Oh, you're 49 now. Okay, yeah.
Does the U.S. military allow 49-year-old men to enlist under any conditions?
Yes.
Ever. Hey guys, I'm going to allow you to post certain...
I love this question. Unfortunately, we live in a day where if any president or Congress actually cut benefits, not slowed and increased, but actually cut, this country would march on Washington. They probably would, yeah.
Things in my comments. If you come to my live stream with it, you're banned. If you trash talk Trump, I'm banning you.
If you trash talk Trump, I'm banning you. Whoa, I find Trump interesting, man. He's an interesting character, bro. He really shakes up. He's really shaking up Congress, that's for sure. I think they're quivering in their boots now, Congress. They're scared of Trump, man.
You can do it in my comments.
But the question is this: when Trump leaves office, will they still be scared of him?
Don't come in my live streams. I don't care. We're done. No warnings. If you criticize me without a super chat, you have to pay to do that. It's automatic ban. All right, next.
It's automatic ban, broski. Automatic. Next.
You don't get to debate me for free. Hey, David, so why would you throw out such a strange, weird hypothetical? I mean, think it through how silly the question is. I'm just saying, dude. One, I don't qualify to enlist due to my age. Number two, I have a documented, federal government documented medical condition that would disqualify me from service as well.
Oh, he has a medical document that would disqualify him from military. Oh, I wonder what it is. Oh, he's insane. He's on disability for insanity. Can't be physical because he's exercising, right?
There is no situation where the U.S. military allows me to join.
Of course not. Why would they allow insane people to join the military? They already have enough problems with the trans and whatever else is in there.
No scenario you can create where this is even an option.
Yeah, okay. It's an option, all right. I think you're probably correct on the Second Amendment issue, but I do I do believe if this feminization of the American male continues, there will be a time in the future where it will happen. It's already happened. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I like this one. I have welfare leech fatigue. That was a good one, man. Hey, what happened here? Okay.
Yeah, Steve says, I'm fortunate to still have my 91-year-old dad who reminds me on a regular basis what life was like before the post-World War II. We are fortunate to live in. Yep, we are. Make Venezuela great again. That's going to be the idea. Hey, Blaze, my fitness is completely irrelevant.
The First Amendment only applies to the privileged.
If the military has a set of rules that say you cannot be in due to X, Y, and Z, they don't make exceptions because you're fit.
Oh, really? Okay.
What good is my fitness going to do? Let's set aside the age. What good is my fitness going to do if I have Meniere's disease?
He has Meniere's disease.
I'm a liability.
I thought it was a mental disease.
All right.
Meniere's disease.
Now, are you asking if my country was invaded, would I be an insurgent? Absolutely. Without mercy.
Without mercy.
No, I love talking about politics. Hey, Blaze, don't tell me how to run my channel, dude. Last warning. All right. No, I love talking politics. I think you smoke too much weed, man. I think it's clogged your brain. I'm a 60-year-old man with bad knees and a bad back. We get to the part where my country needs me. Taking up arms is not joining the military. People are not understanding this. You cannot just go enlist in the military. Right?
Right.
Exactly. If you got bad knees, they're not going to let you enlist in the military. Now, would we all be expected to try to do things in the U.S. that help? Of course. There was a whole, during the last 2 world wars, there was a whole machine in place of civilians. Well, my patriotism isn't being questioned. Not in that case, not with the enlistment thing. Hey, David, let's go back to the point. I don't think you understand. I'm going to say this as clearly as possible. Theodore Roosevelt was not enlisted in the military. Okay. But thoughts on Trump inflating the national debt? I don't have thoughts on that at all. I'm gonna go refill my milk though, guys. I'll be right back.
All right, you go do that, Blaha.
I'm not an economics expert, Blaze, by the way. If that's one area where if you ask me, I'm never gonna have an answer. I've made that point very clear. I know my wheelhouse is on things. Economics is not something I'm knowledgeable enough to have opinions on. Man, I don't know. I would say I've started seeing benefits in about a month. I'm coming up on 7 years. I'm almost there.
You saw benefits, eh?
Is soy milk okay? I don't know. How are we defining okay? I mean, I guess it's all right.
Blah,
As long as you don't
benefits.
think it can actually replace milk for nutritional purposes.
Okay.
I mean, could you put it on your cereal and it'd be okay? Sure. But nutritionally, it's not replacing milk.
Right, okay.
At least the benefits that we want as athletes. It's just not capable of it. Would something ever make you relapse? No. I've been tested on that already.
All right.
Yeah, I'd say it took me about a month before I started noticing just improvements in how I felt. You know, that test boost would be enough to improve muscle or anything crazy like that. It's almost
Test boost.
impossible to boost your test enough to gain muscle naturally.
You can't gain muscle by boosting testosterone. This is more fake stuff, man.
So,
Whatever.
anyone out there understand what would happen?
No, what would happen?
I don't think people understand how strongly people feel about that topic. There is a 0% chance that person survives a full week. Like there would be bets going up of how many hours they live.
I'm sure.
Like-
I'm sure.
Like, people would be betting millions and millions of dollars. Will they be dead in 12 hours, 24, 36? How passionate people are about this topic. That's a big problem too. Personally, is the people who think I'm on welfare.
The people that think he's on welfare.
It's insane.
It's insane.
Like that
Law is on welfare and food stamps.
is up there with me being in the wheelchair thing. Like it doesn't even make any sense. Like there's no chain of logic or any reason anybody would actually think that.
Yeah.
Our firearm companies, big employers in the U.S., so would have thought job losses would be given into important consideration, in addition to obvious constitutional issue. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty massive sector. Here's the thing. We're thinking guns and ammo. These are almost separate industries. Oh, man. I don't have a final conclusion. There doesn't need to. I mean, if there's a conspiracy, then yes. But the problem that I have is he was not shot with what they're claiming he was shot with.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, Glock also has a point here. But the thing is, you know, I'm just simply done with these companies, no matter how much cool stuff they make. I'm sticking to America. I'm sticking with my Colts and Smith & Wessons and so on.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm fully aware there's still a Glock sitting behind me. Okay. Plus, you gotta watch those sinks, man. They fire when dropped. I know it's only the one model, but man, that's just such a bad look in the modern world. To have a modern firearm that's capable of discharging when dropped on the ground. Like in the modern world, it's just such a bad look.
Law is such a slave, man. I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, friends. This is ridiculous.
And the 2025 worst book of the year goes to Politics! My God, man. And I know y'all wonder, well, why does Triple H have a roll of toilet paper in his hand instead of an award? Because the booking been full of crap! And this is what we're supposed to be looking forward to at WrestlePalooza! This was the go-home show? Well, you gotta be a loser! To be enjoying this crap, man. Seriously, I do not understand what's going on. What do we have to look forward to this Saturday? Oh, John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. Great, the biggest thing that happened on this storyline was Brock Lesnar shaking his ass for a little bit of cash. Like a stripper at the first of the month. Oh, what about Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre? Oh, what about him? Drew McIntyre really hyped up that feud when he went on X and said The Rock wants Cody Rhodes' soul, but I want Cody ass. What?
Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Man, I don't know what we in store for this Saturday. WrestlePalooza or a Diddy party with baby oil and hookah. My God, I guess the PG era is finally over, ain't it? And man, I got people hitting me up saying, yo, Bobby, why you not gonna talk about Andrade and how WWE did him dirt? For what? For what, bro? Talk about Andrade and just do nothing about it? Remember that one wrestler, what's his name? Karrion Kross! Karrion Kross. We let that name, we want Kross, fade away like a thief in the night. I bet we will remember the fart we randomly let rip a few weeks ago before we remember Karrion Kross was even in the WWE. And I'm saying we because I blame it myself. I am a part of the problem. I'm tuning in every week watching this crap with Paul Levesque, the dude that gets paid millions and millions of dollars to book the show, don't even bother showing the fuck up. Shout out to dirtsheets.net. They had a post I wanted to highlight, and this was 100% true. It says, WWE fans will hijack shows for months, demanding new contracts for certain stars, but the second it doesn't happen, the same pathetic IWC just moves on to the next shiny topic. Case in point, Karrion Kross. Remember when the crowd wouldn't shut up chanting his name? Now he's been gone for a week, and suddenly nobody cares. His so-called quote-unquote fans dropped him faster than the WWE did. Now his average tweet on X gets 5 comments from over 200,000 followers. And what do you want me to say about Andrade's career? He goes back and forth from WWE to AEW so much, I'm surprised he's not dizzy yet. Literally, he goes from WWE to AEW, WWE to AEW. It reminds me of Carlton Arms when he does that silly-ass dance. Now, Andrade puts out a tweet thanking WWE, but you know he has to be politically correct, so leave it up to me to tell you what Andrade probably really wants to say. Thank you, WWE. Thank you for absolutely nothing. Thank you for booking me in a 7-match series with Carmelo Hayes where neither one of us got the U.S. title or got anything out of it. Oh, thank you for putting me in a random tag team with Ray Phoenix that once again got absolutely nowhere. With the exception of 1 or 2 vignettes, a few matches, we got nothing out of it. It's the same story over and over and over. The lack of creating stars. And this is the sad reality of the situation. When these wrestlers get screwed over time and time and time again, we move on, we forget, and now it's like it never happened. That's how these dudes keep getting away with this crap. We need to do something about this. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. This ad is brought to you by Paul Levesque. Shout out to everybody who hit me up, tapped in, got their early Paul Levesque t-shirts, but now we got the website, BobbyMonsoon.com. You can hit the website up, get your t-shirt, but act fast. It's a limited stock only, BobbyMonsoon.com. I salute the fans for the support. Thank you. Without it, we'll be something like TKO, $3 billion in debt. Now, Raw starts off with John Cena in his hometown, Massachusetts. I'm not gonna lie, dog. I thought we was gonna get a match from John Cena. I thought we was gonna get a cutting-edge promo. I thought we was gonna get something compelling, but I feel like an idiot for keep putting my expectations, not even high, just having expectations at all. John Cena comes out and literally cuts the same exact promo he's been doing, I feel like, this whole year, dog. Whether it was he was a heel and, oh, I hate the fans. Now he's a babyface, and now it's like, oh, I'm gonna fight for the fans. It's like, John, come on! Like, you didn't make fun of Brock Lesnar botching the F5, ripping his jeans, doing an ass shake. There is no type of animosity in this feud whatsoever. This is literally Brock Lesnar, John Cena, because the history tells itself. Lazy Levesque! Riding off the history that Vince McMahon built. It's so easy to build some type of animosity, some hatred, some friction. I don't even feel like John Cena is even mad at Brock Lesnar attacking him at SummerSlam and attacking him on SmackDown. John Cena doesn't care less. My God, man, it seems like Brock doesn't care either, dog. Brock is looking for John Cena. He has all his dates listed, you idiot. Why are you looking for John Cena everywhere but the dates he's literally listed? As soon as we started off Raw on Netflix with that crap, I knew we was in for a long night. Next, we got Vampire Kiril versus Roxanne Perez in a match that meant absolutely nothing. This was all to set up Bayley and her new gimmick, her new split personality gimmick. Now, I'm not gonna lie, to me, this was the best part of Monday Night Raw. A Bayley segment and a split personality thing. That's the best thing, I believe, that was on Monday Night Raw, because it is a bit interesting to know how they're gonna play this Bayley character out. I don't know if y'all know, Bayley used to be one of my favorite wrestlers, but she did the hug gimmick, man, coming up at NXT with the 4 horsewomen. I used to love Bayley. I love that character. I hate it when she was with Damage Control. I hated even more the role model Bayley. So for her teasing this, I'm personally excited for this and seeing where they go with it from there. I think if Bayley go in the route of like kind of like a Doink the Clown character where he came out as a clown, but he was like a kind of scary clown, I want to see Bayley go in that direction with the book and be a hugger, but be like a scary type of crazy type of hugger where it gets a little bit weird. That booking could be fire, but we know that Lazy Levesque hates being creative. Now, the next match, you got Kofi Kingston versus Penta. Yo, and I keep saying this week after week after week, this version of the New Day, for me, is literally destroying Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods' legacy, bro. We're not even worried about Grayson Jobber, because he's been a jobber since he stepped foot in WWE. So we're not even worried about him. But Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, their legacy is being tarnished, is being thrown in the garbage. What type of booking is this, seriously, dog? This whole gimmick of they're distraught about some tag team titles. They're not even having tag team matches. They're not trying to get the tag team titles back. So what are you distraught for? This is not even lazy booking. It's just like, dog, oh my God, you could put this in ChatGPT and come up with better booking. You could give this booking to an infant that just came out of his mother's womb and come up with better booking. The highlight of this whole match was literally the last second and a half. I'm not gonna lie, Penta does a crazy springboard Mexican destroyer on Kofi Kingston. Then he beats him 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, that's right. The New Day has Grayson Jobber, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, basically a 3 versus 1, and they still can't beat Penta. Oh my God, bro. I hate this version of the New Day, bro. I used to like the New Day, man. I used to like just everything they done, bro. They had a chance when Big E offered to manage them. They would have been way better off doing that than the crap that they're doing right now. The downfall of the New Day should be studied in a laboratory. Next, you got a segment between Becky Cringe, CM Skunk, AJ Lee, and Seth Rollins, man. And I'm not gonna lie, this was extremely hard to stay awake for. This mixed tag match this Saturday at WrestlePalooza. I don't know about y'all. I don't know all the people that was happy AJ Lee came back. are excited for this, but man, AJ Lee is so cringe to me. The stupid, fake, crazy faces she makes. This is why y'all want AJ Lee back, so she can skip around, make these stupid ass cringe faces. I really hope she performs well Saturday. And I'm not even worried about Saturday. I really believe she's gonna have a good performance in ring Saturday. Of course, the predictable booking, since AJ Lee got beat up Monday, Saturday, spoiler alert, she's guaranteed to go over. WWE has been doing the same shit for the past 2, 3, 4 decades, where somebody wins on Monday, they're guaranteed to lose on the PLE. This is just classic WWE booking. So we know AJ Lee, CM Punk will go over this weekend. I'm interested in seeing the weeks ahead though. How would they be booking AJ Lee? Next you got Dragon Lee versus El Grande Americano. Y'all know, if y'all are watching this with me, y'all know this is the same shit every week. They're not even trying to do anything different. Dragon Lee versus El Grande Americano. Either AJ Styles get thrown in it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 El Grande Americanos come out. No one gives a shit about who's the real one. We know Lubin Kaiser, Chad Gable. No one is literally trying to figure out who's the other guys because we don't care. I literally never had one person in real life, one person in the comments. I never had one tweet that asked me, yo, Bobby Monsoon, who do you think the other El Grande Americanos is? This just shows you that, dog, no one gives a crap about any of these El Grande Americanos. It was cool when you had Chad Gable. Ludwig Kaiser is starting to get very stale. Now everything else is just completely cringe at this point. After that, you got Stephanie Valkyrie versus Carrie. Oh my god, yo, the level of boredom I'm having watching this show is just starting to reach new heights. Stephanie Valkyrie versus the Kabuki Warriors. Carrie's, it's just like, oh my god, what am I watching? WrestlePalooza, you got Io Sky versus Stephanie Valkyrie for Naomi's World Heavyweight Championship. These women it's supposed to be a blood feud. They're supposed to make it interesting. Instead, you got Io Sky running out to help Stephanie Valkyrie for what? At this point, I really hope Io Sky just loses on Saturday. The last thing we need is for Io Sky to hold the belt 120 months like her last title reign. Remember when she won it on WrestleMania and we haven't seen her for years to defend the title after that? We don't need another one of those. Now you got the last match, another tag match, just like the week before, just like the week before that, and the week before that, and the week before that! Jimmy Uso, LA Knight versus Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. Now they was building this storyline up of Jey Uso acting big-headed, telling Jimmy Uso, bro, don't tag with LA Knight, man, seriously. We gotta fight these dudes on Saturday, don't tag with them. Jimmy Uso got sick of being bullied and saying, man, you ain't got no Ula Fala on your neck, bro. Stop acting like Roman Reigns. I'm gonna tag with LA Knight anyway. Great, bro. And you know what I'm gonna start doing on X? I'm gonna start calling out exactly what was gonna happen because we all knew Jey Uso was gonna come out with a steel chair again. He's been doing this for 10 weeks in a row, it seems like, bro. The same shit. If it's not him, it's Jimmy. But at the end of the match, bro, he comes out with the steel chair to save the day. And him and LA Knight, they kind of squash it. And I was ready to come on here and completely lose it on LA Knight. Like, I thought LA Knight was going to really leave with Jey Uso doing that to him last week, sparing him, and him not doing nothing this week. I was going to completely go nuclear on LA Knight and Paul Levesque. Honestly, I kind of like what LA Knight did. He wound up hitting him with the BFT. So now I think they might be planting the seeds for LA Knight to turn heel on Saturday, man. He's not on the card. Of course he's not going to put him on the card. Triple H is doing everything in his power to book LA Knight into the ground. And one more nail in the coffin might be him turning heel. That could go either way. LA Knight is so over with the crowd. Him turning heel could completely stop the momentum. But his momentum already been stopped because he loses every single Money in the Bank. He loses every single big match. So who really cares? Maybe it's time for LA Knight to go heel during Evolution. and see how that goes, you know what I mean? And let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. Raw on Netflix is like, this is literally, we're watching the death of WWE, seriously. I don't care how many bots are in the crowd. SmackDown is fresh off of the lowest ratings it had in a very long time. Raw on Netflix numbers are plummeting. I don't care what anyone tells you. It's gonna take a long time because there's a lot of bots. So it's gonna take a long time, but mark my words, because I've seen this happen with WCW. When the booking gets this bad, when it gets this redundant, when the corporate fucks at the top of the office get this greedy, when the ticket prices are this high, the production, the creativity is this low, I guarantee it will happen. We will see the death of WWE. The WWE will get sold to the Saudis, and it'll be all over from there. We'll start covering boxing, or maybe UFC, maybe football. We'll have to find something else to start talking about, because WWE will be taking a first-class ticket to the nearest cemetery if this booking keeps up. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about that, man. I'ma holler at y'all in the comment section. It's Bobby Monsoon 215. Like, comment, subscribe. Bah! right, everybody come in, quiet down, please, quiet down. Hey, I'm not in the mood, y'all, please. We got report cards to do. Everybody quiet down. I'm really not in the mood. Hey, yo. Do I have everyone's attention now? Yeah? Okay, great. Hey, Paulavic! Get your silly ass to the front of my desk! It's time to do the report card for WrestlePalooza! And if you ask me, you gotta be a loser! To be paying $30 a month for the ESPN crap, not app crap! And I'm actually gonna let you in on a little secret. Just keep it between me and you. Come here. It's going to be a lot of pirates entering the chat on Saturday. All right, y'all, we're gonna start first period off with a little bit of math. What do you get when you add a stripper, a farmer, and a cowboy? Yep! You guessed it, you get Brock Lesnar, Mr. Shaking his ass for a little bit of cash after botching the F5 and letting his ass cheek hang out like a kid without a curfew. Man, this dude turned Suplex City into Magic City. This dude went from the Beast Incarnate to the Cheeks Incarnate. Man, it's hilarious, bro. But on a serious note, I actually got some very important news behind the scenes, of course. And man, I heard that Brock Lesnar this Saturday, he's going to be introducing a brand new theme song on his entrance music. And I was able to get the leak of it, man. Y'all check it out. Let me know what y'all think. This ad is brought to you by Paulavic! Shout out to everybody who hit me up, tapped in, got their early Paulavic t-shirts, but now we got the website, BobbyMonsoon.com. You can hit the website up, get your t-shirt, but act fast. It's a limited stock only, BobbyMonsoon.com. I salute the fans for the support, thank you. Without it, we'll be something like TKO, $3 billion in debt! All right, the first match we're gonna grade is John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, and I gotta give this an F! Hold on, I'm missing something. R-E-A-K for freak! Paulavic, was it you that told Brock Lesnar to start shaking his ass on Crackdown? You think that is gonna get us hype for John Cena and Brock Lesnar last showdown? I think not! This is the epitome of lazy booking. Brock Lesnar, like I said in my previous video, he did the same shit after WrestleMania 40 with Cody Rhodes. Attacked him for no reason, gave zero explanation, just had this blood feud with Cody Rhodes, and that was it. No explanation given. Now he's doing it again. He attacks John Cena at SummerSlam, attacks him at Crackdown, gave zero explanation. He's looking for John Cena, sir. His schedule is everywhere. We all know where John Cena's gonna be his last dates except for you. Paulavic is booking Brock Lesnar like the Scarecrow on The Wizard of Oz. The beast has no brain. He's making Brock Lesnar look like a complete idiot, bro. Seriously, man. And it's just like, I cannot believe the last time we're going to be getting John Cena and Brock Lesnar. For the last time in all history, the only thing we're going to really remember is Brock Lesnar twerking. This should be a travesty. John Cena only has a handful of days left. I don't know why WWE Creative isn't booking John Cena versus Carmelo Hayes, John Cena versus Obafemi. Just throw all the young stars at him. Have Drew McIntyre beat John Cena at the end. What about John Cena versus Gunther? What about the new stars? John Cena heel turn was the worst we ever seen. He turned babyface. He got the energy back. He got the crowd back. Great. But John, come on, bro. You're cutting the same exact promo every week. I'm sick of the same script. I'm sick of the same shit. Say something else. do something else. You're not feuding in the back with nobody. You're not really doing anything compelling, dog. This is what we got on John Cena last run. Let me know if I forgot something. We got Cody Rhodes 2 times. We got Ron
Wait,
Killings
back this
2
the
times.
fuck up,
We got
dude.
Brock Lesnar coming up. We
How
got
did you
Sami
do that?
Zayn. Nobody new has been put over yet. This is the biggest thing that pisses me off with Triple H more than anything. The lack of ability to create new stars. I don't see how Triple H has time to go on Kill Tony and ESPN and shake hands with the Saudi Arabia guys so he can do WrestleMania 4. You got time for everything else but the talent on your roster. Andrade should still be in the WWE. Karrion Kross should still be in the WWE. Not the War Raiders. Not New Day. Not none of these jobbers you got on this roster that you're shoving down their throat every week. They're supposed to be ending the show with Brock Lesnar and John Cena, and it's great. What's supposed to happen? A big heel turn is supposed to happen. Maybe Chris Jericho come out. It doesn't matter. You tricked me last time, Paul Events, at the scam of the century. I was right. I seen Brock Lesnar came back, and I ain't gonna
Wait,
lie.
back this
You
the
should have put the
fuck up,
handcuffs on
dude.
me because I was a prisoner of the moment,
How
but
did
not
you
this
do
time.
that?
You're not gonna get away with a cheap pop from a vintage star return in this time. You're actually gonna have to work. And working isn't waking up on the day of the show.
Wait,
and
back
trying to
this the
pull some
fuck
strings
up,
at the
dude.
last minute. No, working is
How
actually
did you
building
do
the
that?
storyline. Week by week by week, you actually have to show up, Triple H. And when you show up, you have to do something other than taking a fucking nap in the gorilla position.
Wait, back
The
this
next
the
match,
fuck
we got
up,
Io
dude.
Sky versus Stephanie Valkyrie.
How did you
And people
do
ask
that?
me, yo, Bobby Monsoon, when are you gonna rate this? And I tell them this.
こんにちは、OK ジャパニーズです。今日はいつもと違いますが、長いお茶をたくさん準備して。
Hey, did y'all get that?
Wait,
y'all
back
know
this
how
the
I
fuck
feel.
up, dude.
Every Monday
How
night,
did you do
I
that?
see Io Sky cutting a promo in Japanese. Now, shout out my Japanese people. I love Japan. But half the time, Io Sky is cutting a promo.
Wait,
I
back
just
this
don't
the fuck up, dude.
understand. This whole
How did you do
storyline
that?
with Io Sky, the Kabuki Warriors, and Rhea Ripley is like some of the most cringe storyline you could ever think. It's just awkward, dog. We don't understand half of what Io Sky and Asuka is arguing about, man. Seriously. Io Sky, one of the best in-ring workers WWE has. Rhea Ripley, we all like Rhea Ripley, but I don't remember the last time this woman has showed up and had an actual match on Raw on Netflix. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing either. Rhea Ripley was getting shoved down our throat. We was complaining about that. And I now sound like an asshole because now I'm complaining about how she never shows up. But man, I don't know what to do. How do you have a superstar like Rhea Ripley and the best you got for her is a feud with the Kabuki Warriors and Io Sky? Stephanie Valkyrie is a complete non-factor in all of this. She doesn't even beef with Io Sky. They're actually friends. Io Sky actually turns her back on her real friends, the Kabuki Warriors, then turns around and helps Stephanie Valkyrie, saves her for the day, because she wants to beat Stephanie Valkyrie one-on-one. I really hope Stephanie Valkyrie goes over this Saturday. Like I keep telling y'all, the last thing we need is for Io Sky to hold the title hostage for 130 months! Now the next match is the Usos versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, and I gotta give this an F! An F. Yo, what other grade am I supposed to give this, bro? Seriously. I feel like we have seen the same redundant crap every Monday on Raw. Oh, a tag match. Oh, Jimmy Uso comes out with the steel chair. Oh, this week, Jey Uso comes out with the steel chair. Oh, Jey Uso's trying to be Roman Reigns. Jimmy Uso's mad. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed doing nothing. out the ordinary. Just the same redundant crap week after week after week, bro. And yo, did y'all peep this? Ever since Becky Cringe joined Evolution shit, dog, Seth Rollins hasn't even been around Braun Breaker or Masquerade. I don't even remember any backstage segments. If there is, it was very seldom. He has little to no interaction with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. It seemed like this faction got split into two. Then you got Paul Heyman. You're still in the hospital because Roman Reigns put a light-ass choke. Man, give it up! I would tell you to come back, but that's not gonna help too much of nothing. It's not like it's the old Paul Heyman where he got on a mic and actually made a difference. This Paul Heyman is the worst version of Paul Heyman we've seen in decades, bro. You know a faction is in trouble when Paul Heyman himself can't get any of these dudes over, seriously. Now, the one thing I'm very interested in with this match is I'm wondering if LA Knight is gonna turn heel. We knew LA Knight wasn't getting on WrestlePalooza because Paul Levesque books him like a loser. So you won't be winning no Money in the Bank matches. You won't be winning no big title shots. You won't be getting a rocket put on you like Jey Uso. None of that. But hey, there's always the WWEshop.com. And for $35, you can get yourself a replica belt, walk around your house, and act like you're a WWE superstar, LA Nightlight. But as long as you are the Triple H house, it ain't happening. I don't know what's the beef between y'all, but hey, I don't give a shit neither. But I'm interested if LA Knight is going to turn heel. I think LA Knight character needs a shakeup. It's gonna be risky though, because he still is over with the fans somewhat, but LA Knight whole shit is just really stale. If he shakes it up, joins Evolution shit, okay, now we can now let's see where we go from there. At this point, WWE Creative needs to throw everything at the wall because everything sucks right now, seriously. So I wouldn't mind seeing LA Knight do some shit to cost Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso the match. And man, that'll be interesting to see, seriously. Now the next match, you got Seth Rollins and Becky Cringe versus CM Skunk and AJ Lee. And I gotta give this an F! What did you think? AJ Lee skipping her happy ass is gonna sell me on this stupid ass mixed trash tag match? I think not, bro. AJ Lee had one of the biggest pops on her return. I give you that, great. What AJ Lee did this past Monday on Raw was so cringe. The promo was just so horrible. I really hope Paul Levesque just pivots on whatever direction they think they're going with AJ Lee. I wanna see AJ Lee do good. I think she's been working behind the scenes. I think she's been at the Performance Center. I think as far as her in-ring work, she's going to do a good job. She's obviously going to go over. She got beat up on Raw. You know how WWE books everything so predictable. If you get beat up on Raw at the go-home show, you're going over on Saturday. She's going over. She's going to cover Becky Lynch. That's what's going to happen. Now, how you book AJ Lee from here, I just can't wait to see it. It's like WWE is incompetent on taking advantage of situations like this. And I would think CM Skunk will have a little bit more pull. But man, this has been the worst version of CM Punk in WWE history. The unpredictable CM Punk, he's long gone. Now we got the AJ merch wearing, barely swearing, gray hairing CM Skunk. And this is what we gotta deal with, bro. CM Skunk highlight of 2025 is him tagging up with his wife AJ Lee. Dog, CM Punk is supposed to be a top guy, bro. He's coming off a crazy match with Gunther. He had the whole Summer Scam situation where Seth Rollins cashed in the Money in the Bank, and it seems like he gave up on going for the title to do a mixed trash match with AJ Lee. I know some of y'all might not like it or whatever, but I don't. I'm sorry. It gets an F from me. And last but not least, for the undisputed title, you got Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre, and I'm giving it an F! Straight Fs! To start the year off, Paula Vick! Looks like I'll be seeing you at summer school again, but we got many, many months till that. Cody Rhodes has been filming Street Fighter for the majority of this build-up. He literally has probably less than 5 minutes of TV time on this build-up. Okay, he had the match with Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre kicked him into the commentary table. He's been completely disappeared. He shot the Street Fighter thing. He comes back, he cuts a promo. Drew McIntyre, WrestlePalooza! Then he's showing up on SmackDown to probably do absolutely nothing. Then we're off. Then poof, like magic. Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes for the title. This is the epitome of lazy booking. Lazy Levesque strikes again. There is no excuse for the lack of booking for this crap. Seriously, dog. If you want to make WrestlePalooza memorable, though, have Drew McIntyre go over. Finally do the right thing. Finally take a superstar like Drew McIntyre, put the belt on him for longer than 30 seconds. He is way overdue for a shot. This dude had one of the best 2024s, had one of the best feuds with CM Punk. He's just been a company man doing whatever he's been asking to do, taking shit and turning it into sugar every week. It's time to reward this man. I would love to see Drew McIntyre take the belt off of Cody Rhodes, let Drew rock out with the title for a few months, and Cody can win it back. I don't mind Cody as champion. It's just nothing is happening with him as champion. Nothing compelling. It's like, what are you doing? But it's nobody for him to fight. And all the characters in the WWE right now just feel so lifeless, so lackluster. Nobody has storylines that we care about. WrestlePalooza is a complete disaster as far as the build-up. And y'all calling this WrestleMania, the second WrestleMania, or y'all even putting this on the level of WrestleMania at all? The greed from TKO and WWE has reached heights we have never seen before, seriously. I've been watching wrestling almost 40 years of my life. I never seen nothing like what WWE and TKO is doing. But let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. What do y'all think about WrestlePalooza? And will you be a loser like me and tuning in on Saturday to watch it? Also, we got All Out on the same day, so it's a lot of wrestling that day, man. But let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. What do y'all think about the matchups? I give this card a F, a F, a F, a F, a F, a F, a F. F's all down the board. Let me know what your grade is, though. Do you give it A's and B's, or you're putting Paula Vick on honor roll or not? Let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. It's Bobby Monsoon 215. Like, comment, subscribe. Bah! what's up, y'all? My bad, man. I'm just getting this suitcase ready so I can give it to Pollock so he can pack it up and take his ass out the WWE. My God, what did I just watch? WrestlePalooza! Well, this F on my hat should be an L because I feel like a loser! Even watching this crap. Now, we can call Triple H a lot of things. A bald fraud, lazy Levesque. But one thing we can't call him is a liar, right? Triple H, he promised us a whole lot of surprises on WrestlePalooza, and he delivered. The first surprise was John Cena getting squashed in 9 minutes by Brock Lesnar. The same exact plot you did in 2014 or whatever year that was. That was a surprise. The second surprise was, what's that smell? Oh, Sam Skirk! Debuting his new jacket, AJ's boyfriend. And oh my God, this dude should win the award for Simp of the Year. The third surprise, Stephanie McMahon being inducted in the Hall of Shame. The Hall of Fame. Something she didn't even want. She didn't even want to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. Did you see her face? It reminded me of the time in 1999 when she was strapped to a cross by The Undertaker. She gave him the same exact face. You see him putting his hands up the second he sees Stephanie McMahon and Gorilla. You know you getting the beats the second you get through that front door at the house. Man, I heard Stephanie McMahon and Triple H are in a role playing. I know Triple H, he's probably gonna be Psycho Stu. Stephanie McMahon's gonna be Raja Jackson. It's gonna be a whole lot of left hooks, right hooks, uppercuts, Hadouken. Maybe you'll see Stephanie McMahon in a new Street Fighter after she gets done with his ass. Now I got a quick question. Have any one of y'all ever went to Six Flags or Donny Park? Well, the emotional roller coaster that WrestlePalooza set me on pales in comparison to any ride at an amusement park. I started off WrestlePalooza, I was hyped. Triple H coming out, are you ready? You know he has to make everything about him. He got the pyro going out, the crowd was hot, Brock Lesnar coming out. John Cena came out with the kids, yo. I was hyped, I was excited, the feeling was there. I was tweeting about it. See, this is the difference between me and some other people online, dog. I really want to like the product. I really want to be a mark. I really want to be one of the YouTubers that be like, wow, this was great. Wrestling's back. I want to do that. I can't sit up here and cap for y'all, dog. This show was a complete circus, seriously, dog. We need to all come together in the comments and hit WWE with a class action lawsuit. They promised us surprises. They promised us a WrestleMania type show. And we got nothing like that. Seriously, we literally got a glorified Raw. We got a Monday Night Raw on Netflix that just looked blue and yellow. Maybe that's the reason why they didn't even give a shit enough to make the arena anything other than what they do already on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. John Cena and Brock Lesnar, right? I'm like, all right, John Cena, Brock Lesnar. All right, John Cena just had a good match with Sami Zayn. He just had a good match with Cody Rhodes. I'm expecting some good things out of this match. And it's like, what I didn't expect was for lazy Levesque to sit up here and take the same exact script that they did with John Cena, took him to Suplex City. Whenever year that was, when he suplexed them 100 times, great. That was cool. We never seen that before. And he just did the same thing again, just this time it was a bunch of F5s. How lazy can you get? Bro, you're asking for $30 a month for the PLEs. You're asking us to sit through commercial, ad. Papa John's in the middle. Can somebody in the comments explain to me why in the fuck is Papa John's slap dab in the middle of the ring? Yo, pizza's probably my favorite food, but not after the night. I hate pizza. I hate Papa John's, Domino's, Pizza Hut, Little Caesars. I hate all of it. My God, Rhea Caesars, Slim Jim, Papa John's, ESPN. It got me thinking, does WWE really think WrestlePalooza was gonna help TKO get out of $3 billion up with a suitcase sack and ball of that? Go pack your shit up and get the fuck out of here. Does WWE really think that this show, WrestlePalooza, was gonna help TKO get out of $3 billion of... God, I gotta pack his shit up. It ain't gonna help him get out of this. Out of the $3 billion of debt. This ad is brought to you by Paulette. Shout out to everybody who hit me up, tapped in, got their early Paula Vet t-shirts, but now we got the website, BobbyMonsoon.com. You can hit the website up, get your t-shirt, but act fast. It's a limited stock only, BobbyMonsoon.com. I salute the fans for the support. Thank you. $30 a month, man. We should be able to skip these ads, kind of like how Brock Lesnar skips leg day. This dude, I ain't gonna lie, he looks like a beast. He's like Incredible Hulk at the top. And at the bottom, he got the legs of Chelsea Green. My God, man. But, man, I don't want no problem with Brock Lesnar, so nobody tell him I said this. Because, trust me, I don't want no smoke with that man. We didn't get Bosh Lesnar tonight. We got Brock Lesnar, the beast incarnate. This is the Brock Lesnar I remember. Making kids cry in the arena. Brock Lesnar's a beast, we get it. Nobody really expected for John Cena to beat Brock Lesnar. We get that. We understand that John Cena's retiring. Brock Lesnar still has a few more years. We get all of that. This is John Cena last year, bro. Like, come on, have him go out with just a little bit of dignity, a little bit of pride. But honestly, that first match, I was excited about WrestlePalooza. I'm like, all right, that was a little bit weird, but cool. Now, the next match, we got the Usos versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, right? This match started off with a real vintage feel, man. The Usos coming out with a vintage music in the stands, day one-ish. Man, Jimmy Uso, Jay Uso, man, we grow up watching these dudes dominate the tag team arena. You got Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, Evolution, aka The Vision, man. And I like how they came out. They had the leather jackets with the spikes. They had the Vision logo in the back, man. Paul Heyman came out with them. They stopped the smelly sneaker gimmick. Thank God for that, man. But these dudes, this is what stars look like, man. They came out cohesive, going against the Usos. They threw a curveball in there. LA Nightlight came out as the special guest referee. Now that made the match like not a regular tag match. It kind of made it like a hardcore match. You got steel chairs, you got tables, you got spots where Jay Uso and LA Knight, they're kind of going back and forth, man. LA Knight trying to figure out is Jay Uso trying to line them up and vice versa. Jay Uso thinking LA Knight trying to line them up. It's a lot of friction going on. I like the match that they had here. Jay Uso had a spot where he just started bleeding profusely out of nowhere. I guess the chair hit him in a weird way, and then he started bleeding crazy. Then he got speared through the table. Jimmy Uso and Jay Uso. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed go over. They win the match. This was the correct decision to make, man, seriously. Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, they're on their way to the top, man. They're stars. We gotta keep building stars. This is what we complain about all the time. The Usos, they already first ballot Hall of Famers. They need to be in a position of putting new stars over. That's exactly what happened. Now, the third match, you got Stephanie Valkyrie, Io Sky, man. They have a solid match. Io Sky, I wonder if she really hurt her knee or not, man. If Io Sky didn't really hurt her knee, she did a great job selling. She really sold the knee. She really did her thing to make herself look strong while putting Stephanie Valkyrie over, man. Stephanie Valkyrie is a bona fide star. I even said it was a little early to put the belt on her right now, but I'd rather have the belt on Stephanie Valkyrie. I think I said this in my previous videos, rather than put put it on Io Sky. We don't need Io Sky holding the title hostage for 130 months. Now next, you got the mixed trash match. CM Skunk, AJ Lee, Becky Cringe, Seth Rollins, and man, like, now I'm not gonna lie, I know a lot of people like CM Punk and AJ Lee, but I'm sorry, dog, I hated this match. I hated everything about this match. I will say that AJ Lee looks solid. She took 10 years off. She came back. I don't remember seeing a botch. Nah, it wasn't no botches. She didn't look weird in the ring. She didn't look rusty. She didn't look like that was her first time in the ring after 10 years. I give her that. I just hate the whole thing about this match. Just Becky Cringe, just being the cringiest person she could be, acting all scared of AJ Lee, running from her. Just me personally, I really hate this storyline. I can't wait until we move past it. I want to see AJ Lee one-on-one building up storyline, seeing how she do on that realm, on that spectrum. I want to see CM Skunk go back to CM Punk. Go back to the straight edge. Go back to, you know what I mean, ruffling a few feathers, bro. CM Punk, I love CM Punk work. I love CM Punk career, dog. I just hate this corporate version of CM Punk. Corporate man Punk. That's what the CM is for now. Now, after that, you got Stephanie McMahon being inducted in the Hall of Fame. You got Undertaker coming out on his bicycle. They do a little gimmick. He goes in the crowd. He inducts her in the Hall of Fame. That's cute and all. But honestly, bro, though Stephanie McMahon, her facial expression, you got to read body language and mannerisms. It looked like Stephanie McMahon was mortified, dog. It didn't look like she was surprised or, I mean, it looked like she was surprised, but it didn't look like Stephanie McMahon was happy or ecstatic. It looked like what? Like she was confused, if anything. Now, who knows her true feelings? But bro, if you catch somebody off guard being inducted in the Hall of Fame, we know the last name McMahon just has a lot of crap going along with it. I think the least thing you could do is let Stephanie McMahon know, hey, we're thinking about putting you in the Hall of Fame. What do you think about this? How do you feel about this? I really hope that was done. I really hope she didn't completely get caught off guard, bro. Seriously. Now, after that, you got the main event, Cody Rhodes versus Pooh McIntyre. Dog, Triple H has been burying Pooh McIntyre the whole 2025. I feel like I said this 1,000 times. Drew McIntyre came off one of the best 2024s you could possibly have as a professional wrestler. Why in the hell is he being booked as a jobber? If you really wanted to surprise us at WrestlePalooza, like you said, surprises, you think a surprise was having Cody Rhodes retain the title? No, a surprise would have been Drew McIntyre actually going over Cody Rhodes straight up. Or even if he cheated, who cares? Drew McIntyre deserves a run with the title, dude. We're talking about flawless promos, in-ring work impeccable, man. And he just keeps getting jobbed after job after job after job. Win the title for 30 seconds. Then again, job, more jobbing, more jobbing. My God, this dude been doing a job so much, he should win Employee of the Year. When is it going to be his turn to win the strap, to win the belt, man? They have a cool match, dog. Drew McIntyre, he hurt his shin because he tried to kick Cody Rhodes through the table. Cody Rhodes moved out the way, so he's selling his shin throughout the whole match. Cody Rhodes hit him with a super cutter, crossroads, whatever. 1, 2, 3, Cody retains. I'm thinking we're going to see Chris Jericho. I'm thinking we're going to see a surprise. Maybe they re-signed Karrion Kross. Nope! We get nothing but Cody Rhodes saying bye-bye to the people. Then on a post-show, him and Seth Rollins both holding their belt like we want to see that. Seth Rollins, you lost to Cody Rhodes 4 times, bro. We don't want to see you and Cody ever again. Now, of course, I had a bunch of AEW fans blowing up my line, calling me, bro, Bobby Masu, what do you think about AEW All Out? It was a solid show, man. Seriously, dog. This is the difference between AEW and WWE. Whether the booking is great, whether it's bad, no matter what it is, AEW just has a level of integrity in their product, a level of passion in their product. product, man. So it was a lot of good things I seen with AEW All Out, man. You're in Toronto. You got Adam Copeland, Kristen Cage going against FTR. They, of course, go over. Then you got the return of Beth Phoenix. She come out. She wants smoke with FTR. She wants smoke with everybody. But she winds up getting a spike power driver right in the middle of the ring. MJF versus Mark Briscoe. It don't matter if it's AEW or WWE. MJF is my probably #1 star. If I had to pick one wrestler I think I got top tier promos, 10 out of 10 in-ring work, just the best character all around the board is MJF. MJF, man. I'm thinking he's about to wipe the floor with Mark Briscoe, man. Taxing tables. This match was crazy. Mark Briscoe coming out with the steel chair full of tacks, dog. These dudes really go at it. Before MJF even can make it into the ring, he's filling the whole ring up with tacks. This is giving me that Mick Foley vibe, man. Mark Briscoe hit the J Driller on MJF head first into the tacks. 1, 2, 3. Now, I was shocked and I was about to get mad at Tony Khan for making Mark Briscoe go over on MJF. But then again, it's actually good booking. MJF disrespected Mark Briscoe, brother, man. Rest in peace to his brother, dog. He disrespected him one too many times. So that deserves a few body slams on tacks, a Drake Driller, all of that. This match was gruesome. It was crazy, bro. And, you know, a lot of people give AEW flack, man, for a lot of the gruesome spots they be having. But, man, we get a lot of PG and G stuff everywhere we go for professional wrestlers. So I'm happy that AEW is bringing this type of level of gruesome, of violent, of blood feuds to the stage. Another crazy match, Darby Allin and Jon Moxley, man. This match was crazy, man. Darby Allin, I love Darby Allin. He's another one, bro. Every time he get out there, bro, he's doing spots, he's doing crazy shit that I just be like, wow, bro. For real, man. Jon Moxley, the MVP of AEW, if you ask me, bro. Like, you can hate, you can love the Death Rider storyline, but dog, this dude put his body on a line year after year after year. You gotta respect it, dog. Seriously. Jon Moxley wound up going over in this match, though. But after the match, right, Jon Moxley, he's talking crap to Darby Allin in the casket. Darby Allin come up, he hit him with some type of screwdriver, some type of pipe type of thing, right? He puts Jon Moxley in a body bag, sprays gasoline, sets him on fire. I wanted to, yo, see, this is the thing. Some of the stuff I can't even post for AEW. I don't want to get flagged. I don't want YouTube to get mad. You had plastic bags being used to choke people out. Darby Allin launching himself in a coffin drop from the crowd. Moxley straight up trying to rip Darby Allin's face off. Just non-stop brutality. Now on top of that, you had a few returns. You had Pac making a shocking return, getting back with the Death Riders, helping Jon Moxley clear Darby Allin in a coffin match. Jack Perry came back to confront the Young Bucks. Tony Storm unexpectedly dropping the AEW Women's Championship. Shout out Chris Statlander. She's the new AEW Women's Champion. Mercedes Moné had a predictable match against Riho. We all knew Riho didn't have a chance in hell. Now you got Hangman Adam Page, Kyle Fletcher. These dudes put on a clinic. Kyle Fletcher proved why he will be carrying AEW the next decade into the future, dog. Seriously, it wasn't his time this time. We all knew Hangman Adam Page was gonna win, but bro, some of these spots, man, I'd be scared for Kyle Fletcher, man. He took some nasty bumps, bro. Seriously, Hangman Adam Page, he was just proving, dog, why he's the guy, why he has that AEW title around his waist. I love what Hangman Adam Page was doing. I love what Kyle Fletcher is doing. They went about 30, 40 minutes in this main event match. I don't care what anyone says. If you're sitting here telling me that there was one match on WrestlePalooza that even came close to Hangman Adam Page, please let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. What do you think about WrestlePalooza? Do you feel like a loser? if you paid the $30, if you spent your time watching this crap, if you actually thought they was gonna put on a good show, man. Let me know what you think about Cody Rhodes retaining the title. What do you think about John Cena getting squashed in 9 minutes? I'm trying to think of things to ask y'all, what do you think about? But I feel like nothing happened in this show, bro. Nothing! Like, what am I supposed to ask? What do you think about Stephanie Valkyrie winning the women's title? Like, who cares? What storyline did we get tonight that I'm gonna be wanting to watch Raw on Netflix? I'll answer it for you, nothing. Let me know what you think about AEW All Out 2, man. Like, yo, we gotta do something about this, dog. They're asking for more money, higher tickets, $30. Like, dog, bro, like, dog. You will at least want to give a little bit of effort in WWE Creative. It's like we're getting less effort. The more they ask, the less effort they give. Nobody's happy but the green shirt guy. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about that, man. It's Bobby Monsoon, 215, like, comment, subscribe. Bow!
store $19.06. So I'll get to keep whatever's left out of this stack after I give 19 bucks. So I'm just gonna count out $19. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, that's 19 bucks. I'll find 6 cents somewhere. I was facing my money. 1, 2, 50, 70, 90, 310, 30, 50, 70, 90, 410, 30, 50, 70, 80, 90, 5, 1, 2, 3. 503. Which is a good day, man. That is the best double I've had in a good minute, so God is good. Praise God. I needed this money, man. It's gonna go a long ways. I worked for 12 hours today. I got here at 11:30 in the morning, finishing up at like literally 11:30 at night. Yeah, praise be, man. Very grateful. God is good.
Number 8. For those of you that don't know, sorry to repeat myself to my community over here. And this goes back to W Aries gifting a sub to Lockie, my brother. I just so we can go back. Apparently, no one knew me. No, you read. I'm not going to go back to it again. No one knew me or had ever heard of me until the last year. I can understand why you might have that impression. Okay, might have that impression. I needed to prove to the US government with hundreds of pieces of evidence that I should get a work visa in this country and had to have a portfolio good enough to get a work visa into this country to prove that I was someone. Newspaper articles, followers, championships, all of those things. Supposedly, according to some individuals, I just arrived here on a plane with my freaking nuts in my hand and nothing else to my name and 0 followers and 0 people knew me. I paid $20,000 for my visa to move to this country, where I had to prove, which could have been rejected, may I add to my haze, I could have spent that money and had it rejected, I had to prove that I was good enough and big enough and had potential enough to be given a work visa in this country. And if you're American, you would understand how hard it is to get a work visa in today's day and age. If you don't know that, you live under a rock. Okay? So that is what I had to do. So how did I have nothing until I came here? Moving on.
light it up. AJ's back on Friday night. This show sucked. This show was boring and it's wasting my life. What the fuck? Triple H just can't get it right. All these bots say this show hot, but you know it's not. This show is cold as ice. Hey, Vic! You mean to tell me this the big surprise you was talking about? AJ Lee skipping her silly happy ass on SmackDown and doing nothing but kissing CM Punk in the middle of the ring? This was your big surprise? Son of a bitch! Alright, my apologies, y'all. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but it's frustrating! AJ Lee coming back. I just expected so much more, man. I expected AJ Lee to grab the mic, cut a promo on Becky Lynch, do something other than slap Becky Lynch, sit up there in the middle of the ring, boo love with CM Punk, and I'm supposed to be happy with that? I'll pass. Another thing that was unexpected with AJ Lee return is, man, you go on WWEshop.com and you can get you an AJ Lee hoodie for a whopping $60. Now, I don't know about any of y'all. I don't know about your financial standing, but $60 for a stupid-ass knockoff Bret Hart AJ Lee hoodie, y'all could keep it. Seriously, this winter, I'll freeze my ass off before I even think about purchasing an AJ Lee hoodie. Now, AJ Lee returning has a lot of mixed reviews. Some people loved it, some people hated it. I was on the side of hating it. My God, man, it was just so much stuff that just didn't make sense with the booking. One of them, how does everybody in the world get the memo that AJ Lee is returning except for, what's her name? Help me out, y'all. Oh, there we go, Becky Cringe! Everybody got the memo but Becky Cringe. Do y'all see her face? Sitting there shocked and surprised. Oh my God. Oh, that's AJ Lee. Like, bro, are you serious? That's like waiting until the morning time and the sun coming up and you're like, oh my God, I never seen it. The sun came up. We all got the memo. Becky Cringe, dog, seriously, you're making Kevin Nash look like Nostradamus when he told you your time is up. Why would you make Becky Cringe act all surprised? She's the only fucking one out of 9 billion people on this earth that had no clue AJ Lee was coming back. Oh man, I know this is supposed to be professional wrestling. I know we're supposed to be playing fairy tale. But goddamn, where's the logic in the writing? Where's the logic in the booking? A little bit of logic will be okay. Now remember these 3 words we used to say, long-term booking? Well, it seems like Lazy Levesque has completely abandoned in that style of booking, and now he's going to the short-term booking. This dude has literally signed the contract with AJ Lee. It's probably minutes before she even walked out. You can't even make this up. Look at this.
Loud. Can I wear this on air? Is that cool?
You can wear that. Yeah. So excited.
Thank you.
Ready?
I am.
Let's do it. Thank you for trusting us.
Oh, so that's why the booking was all over the place, Paula. That's why the booking didn't fit, just like the 6X sweatsuit that AJ Lee was wearing when she signed the dotted line. Give me a break, dog. Seriously, man. Like, AJ Lee coming back, I don't know what I thought. I thought I was going to be excited. I thought it was going to be something that was just going to have me looking towards WrestlePalooza. But goddamn, I feel like a loser. Knowing that I'm going to be spending my Saturday or Sunday night or whatever day is going to come on watching this crap. But y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about this AJ Lee return. Am I bugging? Am I over-exaggerating again, or was it really that great? Let me know in the comments. But, does WWE really think AJ Lee coming back, skipping her happy ass on more crackdown. It's gonna help TKO get out of $3 billion of... Stop skipping! Does WWE really think AJ Lee coming back, skipping her happy ass all over crackdown is gonna help TKO get out of $3 billion of... It ain't gonna help him get out of the $3 billion of debt. This ad is brought to you by Paulette. Shout out to everybody who hit me up, tapped in, got their early Paula Vet t-shirts, but now we got the website, BobbyMonsoon.com. You can hit the website up, get your t-shirt, but act fast. It's a limited stock only, BobbyMonsoon.com. I salute the fans for the support. Thank you. Now, Crackdown started off with a situation that almost brought me to tears. John Cena, last SmackDown? Are you serious? I know I got a few grays, but I'm that old. John Cena, last SmackDown, man. I know, like, it hit a lot of our hearts, man. We hated John Cena heel turn. But, man, this was like the craziest U-turn I ever imagined, man. For Cena to turn back face, for Cena to get his momentum back, and for us to really realize we're not going to see Cena competing in the ring is a reality a lot of us haven't really came to grips yet, man. But he cuts an incredible promo. Sami Zayn, out of all people, comes out right when he was leaving. He gets booed out the building, bro. It is crazy how Sami Zayn got booed. Now, let me tell you this. I be giving Sami Zayn, I call him Sammy Lame sometimes because I be so mad at his booking. He's always hawking up. He's the big underdog. I be hating that, man. But I'm not gonna lie, dog. Sami Zayn is a master on that microphone and in that ring. Well, I know we could joke about Sami Zayn getting booed. I could make a million jokes about that. But yo, Sami Zayn, if you watched it, what he did, his mic skills, impeccable, how he flipped the crowd. The flip a Chicago crowd, that has to be one of the hardest things in the world to do. The crowd was ready to boo that man back to Canada, but they couldn't because, man, his mic skills was just on 10. He knew the exact words to say at the exact time, man, to get the crowd hyped up and excited for a match between John Cena and Sami Zayn. So kudos to Sami Zayn for that. If y'all didn't watch that, yo, definitely watch that, man. That is promo mic skills on a master level 101. He could teach a master class on that, man. So I enjoyed that when Sami Zayn did that, because I thought it was going to look bad for him when I heard him booing him so badly. So Sami Zayn and John Cena, they're going back and forth. Sami Zayn tells John, man, I'm having the US Open Challenge, but I want to do the favor you did for me 10 years ago. I want to give it back. I want to put the US title on the line against you. The whole crowd go crazy. Now, we all know that John Cena wasn't winning. We knew Sami Zayn was winning, and I could feel it. You could feel it in the air. Chicago was going to boo Sami Zayn out the building, and he couldn't cut a promo to get out of it. But we got a surprise. We had a few leaks going out, but it was official. We heard that Brock Lesnar came out, and yo, this where I got excited, man. I just couldn't help myself. I'm like, Fat Brock, he's gonna grab the mic. He's gonna let the whole world know why the hell is he so mad at John Cena. Why did he attack him at SummerSlam? He comes back, he beats Sami Zayn, the referee, and John Cena up. I'm thinking we're gonna get some type of explanation, but unfortunately we didn't get jack shit. Please, somebody let me know in the comments, why does Brock Lesnar have such a hard on for John Cena, bro? This came out of nowhere. John Cena literally did absolutely nothing to you. You disappeared for however many years. Come back. Got beef with Cena. Don't even want to explain why. You're on WrestlePalooza. And we don't even know the background of this storyline, and WrestlePalooza is in 2 weeks. This is the lazy Levesque booking that I be talking about. Using Gorilla Position as a place to take naps. Use the creative director room in Connecticut as your personal bedroom. Bro, give me a break. Triple H, somebody explain this to me. But Brock Lesnar, he comes out, he F5s everybody, he goes to Gorilla and he says, John Cena, WrestlePalooza, bitch, and that was it. Like, okay, Brock, okay, bro, okay, great. Next, you got Aleister Black versus Damian Priest, a match that absolutely no one cared about or asked for. This feud is just not doing it for me at all, man, seriously. The first hour of SmackDown was Cena, Brock Lesnar, Cena, Sami Zayn match, Cena farewell. The first hour was good. The second that Aleister Black came out and fought Damian Priest, that's when we started to go downhill with SmackDown. That's when we got into the mediocre booking of SmackDown. So they have a whatever match. Of course, Damian Priest gets buried. Damian Priest is like, come on, bro. What happened to the old Damian? The World Heavyweight Champion, Damian. He's not even in the running. He's not even in the conversation anymore for not only the World Heavyweight belt, he's not in the conversation for the IC belt, the US belt, shit, not even the Speed belt. I just don't understand this, but they ended the match with Damian Priest looking like an absolute fool, getting distracted by getting lightly pushed into the ref. He gets kicked in the face, 1, 2, 3. Aleister Black wins, and oh my God, this was a banger, right, y'all? This was crap. Then after that, you got back-to-back trash. I thought trash in Paris was over, but it seems like they took all the trash that was in Paris, packed it up, put it on a private jet, and sent it straight to Chicago to fill in the middle of this crackdown show. Now you got Julia versus Michin. There wasn't a soul on earth that thought Michin was about to go over. I actually like Michin. I think she's good in the ring. I think she could bring a lot to the table and book correctly. But when you got the booking of being buried, it seems like they purposely try to bury people. It's hard to look like you're anything on the roster, man. But Michin, Julia, they have a fight. Of course, Julia was gonna go over. Julia gets distracted by Michin manager, then gets jumped at the end, gets completely buried, meant nothing. Julia is the women's US title. Why? The US title for the women was perfect on Chelsea Green. Why take it off if you're just gonna make it not have any substance, make it not have any sense? Chelsea Green was doing a perfect job with the title. It matched her gimmick. It matched her storyline. She had the her service. She could have got away with like 6 to 8 to 10 months women's US champion. Why put it on Zelina Vega? We don't even see her on TV anymore. Then it bounces around to Julia, and we don't even know what's going on. She's beefing with Michin. I hate all of these storylines. Please put the title back on Chelsea Green immediately. Next to last segment with AJ Lee return. I told you, man, this booking, this build-up made no sense. They started off with Becky Lynch coming back, slapping CM Punk. She's doing the whole having her head in CM Punk's chest. It just looks weird every time she does that. Then you got Seth Rollins. He's in the crowd laughing or whatever. It's just, then out of nowhere, CM Punk, he says, man, I got people like Rhea Ripley, or I got friends like this person and that person. Then AJ Lee comes out. She does have a big pop, you know what I mean? The crowd was excited. Even I was excited. I'm like, all right, bet AJ. I'm lying. I wasn't excited. I'm sorry, bro. I can't cap for y'all. I can't cap for the chat. I wasn't excited. I'm not a big AJ Lee mark. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out what about her is gonna make me pop. Like, seriously, bro. What about this woman I should be getting excited? But okay, she's back. Everyone's excited. Let me act like I'm excited too, man. But man, she comes out. She skips to the ring. She licks her hand, slaps Becky Lynch, does a 1-2, and she boo loves in the middle of the ring with CM Punk. I'm like, ugh, get a room! Or in your Chicago. Take her to the crib, CM Punk. What the hell? Then she's sitting there parading around with Becky Lynch IC title. Like, I guess we got AJ Lee, the new women's IC champion in a few months. I don't know. People are telling me this is an AJ Lee one-off at WrestlePalooza. Other people saying that AJ Lee, she's about to have a historic second run with WWE. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. Do you think AJ Lee is gonna be here for the long run? She's gonna be here a few years, or is she gonna, you know what I mean, do this WrestlePalooza thing and it's just gonna be a one-off? They haven't made the match official yet, but we know that's what it's looking up to. So that is what it is. But let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. What do you think about Crackdown? And I call it Crackdown because you gotta be down with smoking crack. The thickness. So Doc, after hearing AJ Lee's promo tonight, I actually took her advice and pulled up for therapy. Because ever since Raw on Netflix premiered earlier this year, my mental health been on a steep decline. I haven't been able to eat, I haven't been able to sleep, I haven't been able to get no cheeks. And it's all thanks to Paula. Oh my God, I hate this show. But let me know what AJ y'all want to talk about tonight. AJ Lee or AJ Styles? Let's just talk about AJ Styles, right? This dude comes out, he cuts a shoot promo. He says, oh, somebody in the back doesn't want me anymore. They took away all my help. They sent Gallows out the company. They sent me Chin on SmackDown. Excuse me! Me Chin going to Smack. What does Me Chin going to SmackDown have anything to do with you, AJ Styles? Out of all the people on that WWE roster, you mean to tell me you're looking to Me Chin to help you out? Now, I'm not going to lie, Paula Vick makes me madder than anyone on this earth. But I can't blame him for jobbing you out if you're looking around and expecting Me Chin. Some of this stuff you just can't make up. Imagine you're in 6th or 7th grade, you're getting bullied by a kid that's way bigger than you, way taller than you. He can fight. And you're looking for help from your little sister that's in kindergarten. AJ Styles, man, it was a shoot promo. You almost had me. But when he brought up Me Chin going to SmackDown, I mean Crackdown, you completely lost me there. Another thing that had me lost was Seth Rollins' outfit. What version of Air Force Ones are these, sir? I never seen them before, and quite frankly, I never want to see them again. You're in a group called The Vision, but it seems like you go in your closet and go and pick your outfits out with your eyes closed. Leave it up to Seth Rollins to go out there in Nike cowboy boots and MC Hammer pants.
Can't touch this.
Now, Raw started off with Jimmy and Jey Uso coming out, cutting a promo about absolutely nothing. But I'm not gonna lie, man, the promo was fire, man. They both was flawless. Jey Uso proved that he needs Jimmy Uso to cut a promo without 90% of it saying yeet. He proved that tonight. I think Jey Uso getting back with Jimmy Uso might have been the right move, because Jey Uso as the World Heavyweight Champion, nothing was done. He lost the title weeks after. Seeing him back with Jimmy Uso does bring a nostalgia feel. It does bring some type of interest to the Raw Tag Team division, because, man, this is like the worst tag team division I can remember Raw ever having, seriously. So after that, you got Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed coming out. They talking a little crap before LA Knight comes out, tries to attack them. Then you got a brick brawl between Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, the Usos, and LA Knight. There's a miscommunication between LA Knight and Jey Uso. Bronson Reed winds up squashing Jey Uso. I don't even know if I can say it was a miscommunication. Jey Uso was mad because LA Knight didn't sit there and get squished into the corner with him. That leads to a weird conversation at the end of the segment, and it's just like, oh my God, dog, this beginning segment of Raw sucked! This ad is brought to you by Paula Vick! Shout out to everybody who hit me up, tapped in, got their early Paula Vick t-shirts, but now we got the website, BobbyMonsoon.com. You can hit the website up, get your t-shirt, but act fast. It's a limited stock only. BobbyMonsoon.com. I salute the fans for the support. Thank you. Without it, we'll be something like TKO. $3 billion in debt. After that, you got AJ Styles versus El Grande Americano. Now, this is the part where AJ Styles, he cut the shoot promo, basically on Triple H, saying Triple H wants to push him out the building for whatever reason. And I agree with AJ Styles for the most part. AJ Styles is definitely a legend. AJ Styles should have been on that trash on Paris card. He should have went over that night and won the IC title. Dominic could have won it back. I mean, why does Dominic Mysterio even have the IC title still around his waist? We cheered when Dominic won the IC title. He's done absolutely nothing with it. Now, AJ Styles posted a pic on Instagram of an hourglass and he had his logo in it, insinuating to his fans that, man, my time might be up soon. You got a lot of people in the comments furious of the booking of AJ Styles lately, and I am too, I'm not gonna lie. Outside of him asking for me, Chin, for help, that's the only problem I have with AJ Styles. I think AJ Styles been booked completely horribly these past few months. And man, something has to be done about this. And even AJ Styles' son, he goes under the comments and he says, man, you ain't the only one responding to some of the fans' frustration about all this. Let me know in the comments what you think about this and AJ Styles' shoot promo. Do you think AJ Styles is being booked correctly or being booked like the legend he is, or is he being booked like AJ, the automatic jobber, teaming up with the Kabuki Warriors? And it's just like, man, AJ Styles being booked so badly, it's hard to put it in words. But he has a match with El Grande Americano. It's just a nothing match. I'm sick of these matches that mean absolutely nothing, bro. Ludwig Kaiser, every time I see him in that stupid El Grande Americano outfit, oh my God, I just want to lose it, bro, seriously. And then you had another El Grande Americano come out. Dragon Lee comes out to help. This all means nothing, bro. I feel like I see the same exact thing every single week with this storyline. I don't understand how you got room for this, but you don't have anything for Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley is probably one of the most over superstars in your locker room. You have nothing for this woman, absolutely nothing. But every week you got some for El Grande Americano and Dragon Lee. Give me a break. Next you got Lyra Valkyria versus Raquel Rodriguez, and what a surprise! Raquel Rodriguez go over. There's one rare instance in Raw on Netflix where logic is actually taking place in booking. We all know Lyra Valkyria couldn't hold a candle to Raquel Rodriguez in real life. She's just too big, she's too powerful, she's too much. But this match was a cool match or whatever, I guess, you know what I mean? The right person go over Raquel Rodriguez. The only thing is, Lyra Valkyria, what are we doing with her? Is she gonna be beefing with Bayley? She's out of the IC title picture. She's not gonna be in the World Heavyweight title picture. What do we do with Lyra Valkyria, except for job her out for the rest of the year? Let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. Next, you got the AJ Lee promo coming out. We was all looking forward to see if AJ Lee still had it. Did she still have the mic skills, or was she gonna be rusty? AJ Lee cut a solid promo tonight. She put some actual logic again in the storyline. She explained that, man, my mental health wasn't the best. I had to get therapy. I had to come back. I had to get back to being myself, so that's respected. The crowd went crazy. AJ Lee seems like she hasn't lost a step. And that's surprising because she skips and hips everywhere. So great for AJ Lee. Becky Cringe comes out and it's like, oh my God, the booking of Becky Cringe is getting worse and worse and worse and worse. I thought her getting with the Vision well, it will be better or something like that, but no, it's actually getting worse. But they come out, they have an exchange, and she's acting scared of AJ Lee. Why would you be scared of a woman who haven't wrestled in a ring the past decade? You're burying the women's IC title. You're not even gonna go in and fight for it. You're not gonna call some hill people up to help jump AJ Lee. You're just gonna be scared to get your title back. AJ Lee basically says, oh, come in here, get beat up for your title, or let's have a mixed tag match that everybody already knows we're going to book. Paul Levesque, once again in Gorilla, catching up on all the Z's he can on a Monday night. I don't care what nobody's telling you on the internet. These storylines are horrible. The acting is horrible. The effort is non-existent. How am I supposed to put crap like this over, dog? They're not even trying to give a halfway decent product. Now you got the next match, Penta losing to Rusev. Remember when Penta first came on Raw, y'all? This dude was actually booked strong. He was undefeated the first few weeks to months. And man, now he's just a complete jobber, losing to everybody. Every time I turn around, it's another loss. He's teaming up with teams like the War Raiders. That makes absolutely no sense. Oh my God, this it's just horrible, man. So he has a cool match with Rusev. Out of nowhere, Grayson Jobber and the New Day comes out. Yo, this is the worst version of the New Day in over a decade, bro. Seriously, like, they haven't been this cringe. They haven't been booked this horribly. They're crying about tag team titles. They're not even trying to get back. But they distract Penta. Penta, like a complete idiot, he's paying attention to the New Day and Grayson Jobber. He flies off the rope, gets super kicked out of his mask, then ends up losing the match. He's completely getting jobbed. There's even a point in the match where Penta does the Mexican Destroyer on Rusev. He actually does his finisher on Rusev, and he kicks out, dog. At this point, send Penta to Speed, send Penta to NXT, send Penta to AAA. I don't know. Next, you got Asuka versus Nikki Bella. Y'all know I love Nikki Bella entrance music, man. You can look, but you can't touch. Nikki Bella needs to give it up. Give it up. Nikki Bella, bro, like, seriously, you just lost to Asuka. Tapping out. She didn't even cheat or nothing. She beat you straight up. Why is Nikki Bella even in the WWE? Let me know in the comments, dog. She was a Hall of Famer in the Divas division. But this ain't the Divas division no more, Nikki Bella. It's 2025. Wade Barrett was right when he said your time is up. Next, you got the main event, Bronson Reed versus LA Nightlight. And we all know LA Nightlight was gonna take the loss, just like he takes the loss in almost every single match he's in. Come on, bro. I'm so sick of watching this dude. I used to want him to have a shot at gold, give it a run at the top, but now it just seems like he's been getting jobbed so much, I just don't believe it will ever happen, to be honest. But there was something interesting at the end. At the end of the match, after he lost the match, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker started beating him up. Then you got Jimmy Uso coming out. Then Jey Uso coming out. Then you got LA Knight coming back with the steel chair. He hits Bronson Reed with the steel chair. Then he asks Jimmy and Jey Uso, yo, man, y'all all right? We good? We good? Jey Uso gets up and said, yeah, now we good. I like this Jey Uso, man. I want Jey Uso to turn heel, man. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. Will Jey Uso turn heel? I think that'll be very interesting. Me personally, I don't think it's gonna happen. Jey Uso, one of the top selling merchandise people, one of the top baby faces. As much as I hate the yeeting, I can't lie, it's one of the most over things as a babyface on the roster. I don't see the point or the logic to turn to Jey Uso heel, but I'm all here for it. I'm all here for heel Jey Uso, I ain't gonna lie. But let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. Am I bugging? Did y'all like this episode of Raw? Was AJ Lee cutting a promo enough to say this was a banger show? Let me know in the comments what y'all think about that. For me, I think not. Also, let me know what you think about Jey Uso turning heel. Is it time for him to turn heel? Let me know what you think about AJ Styles and what he got going on and the heat he probably has with Triple H. Let me know what you think about that. It's Bobby Monsoon 215. Like, comment, subscribe. Blah!
a period of time, an epoch, where our products are going to be shit because corporations and employers went political, they abandoned quality, and they made it impossible for young people to excel. And so, whereas in the olden days, you see that in like computer, Mortimer Snerd, who built this computer out of some styrofoam and some wiring in 1973, went on to whatever, work at Atari, and then that's it. They're not around. The opportunity for these people do not exist. Or if they do exist, it's behind a fucking wall of dumbass HR interviews, ridiculous college education requirements, meetings, and corporate bullshit. And so not just video games, but practically, all right, restaurants, right? That's gone to shit because of private equity taking over. I'm not much of a sports guy. I imagine the athletes are still performing as good as they always have, if not probably better because of technology and training technique and all that. But the coverage has probably gone to horse shit. Oh God, the cars. Don't even get me started about the cars. Don't get me started about the fucking cars. But video games. Can you let the Swiss make the cheese and the white guys, the non-woke white guys? Can you let the non-woke white guys